Welcome to Bright New Corner Ministry. My name is Cindy Ann Lewis Walcott, and we are studying life lessons from the Holy Bible. You don't have to be religious, these lessons are for holistic living. Today's lesson can be found in Exodus chapter 19, and the lesson we're going to study has to do with cleanliness or sanctification. And this lesson we're studying with Moses and the children of Israel. So we've studied so far that Moses took his father-in-law's advice and set up the government. So he set up people over different departments. He delegated, sorry, he delegated tasks, authority to different people in different. So the government set up, and now it's time for the law. But before God gives them his law, he wants to talk to his people directly. But first, in this lesson, I think it's kind of a two-prong lesson. So first, we know now, based on Exodus chapter 19, this is the third month after they left Egypt. They're still in the wilderness, and God called, Moses goes up to the mountain to talk to God, Mount Sinai, and God basically, I'll just read it to you what God said. And Moses went up unto God, and the Lord called him out of the mountain, saying, Thus shalt thou say to the house of Jacob, and tell the children of Israel, Ye have seen what I did unto you, unto the Egyptians, and how I bare you on eagle's wings, and brought you unto myself. Now therefore, if ye will obey my voice indeed, and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine. Moses went down, said this to the children of Israel, and they agreed. So I will read Exodus chapter 19, verse 8. And all the people answered together and said, All that the Lord has spoken we will do. And Moses returned the word of the people unto the Lord. So God's preparing to make them his people, his nation, his I guess his kindred. And he's preparing to make them his treasured people, people above all people. And he first though said, you have to do this, and they agreed. So now they've agreed, he's going to give them the law. But he wants them to hear the law from him. He wants to speak to them. And he's given Moses instruction as to what happened. The people have to come, and there have to be a barrier set up so they can't enter, they can't come too close to me, and so on. But one of the things I like what he said to Moses, and this is where I took the lesson from. And the Lord said unto Moses, Go unto the people and sanctify them today, and tomorrow, and let them wash their clothes and be ready against the third day. For the third day the Lord will come down in the sight of the people unto Mount Sinai. So Moses goes and gives the people this instruction. They gotta wash their clothes, they have to be clean, they can't pass this barrier, and so on. But what I found interesting, and I'm not gonna labor it, I just want to say women had a hard time here, because Moses, in giving the people the instruction about being clean and stuff, he said, so I'm reading Exodus chapter 19 verse 15, and he said unto the people, Be ready against the third day, come not unto your wives. So indirectly, I think he's implying here that if you're with your wife, that the night or for the next few days, you're going to be unclean and you can't enter into the presence of God. But the lesson here is cleanliness. I found that one, I'm still working on it. In terms of the wives, I know it's a question that's always raised in our church. I haven't settled on it yet. So though this is what God asked for, them to clean themselves. And Moses went ahead also and said, don't go with your wives either. So I'm yet to come across where God is asking for it. So, but I think Moses is the leader, and he's God's in him, God's instructions with him. So he must have understood something beyond what I read here. So that is the lesson for today. If you're gonna, you have to, if you're gonna represent God, you have to be in a particular way. If you're going before God, you have to be clean. And I think maybe here he's talking washing themselves, but he also said sanctifying yourself. So clean in heart. You don't go to God with revenge or rage on your mind. And I know some people go to God and ask for, you know, punishment for whoever it is. You can go to God with your grievance, but don't go to God holding grudges. Go to God clean and let God do what he thinks is best for you. You can bring your complaints to God. God, this person's wronged me. Um, I know even later on we're gonna read in King David in the Psalm where he asked God, you know, not to let me be a footstool to my enemy and stuff. And he sometimes he went to God with harsh words. But I think here the lesson is for us that when we go into God, be clean. Be clean in body, be clean in spirit, be clean in soul when we're going to approach God. And I'll clothe it for sure because we're going to represent. So this is my take on it. You may have a different perspective. The next lesson coming up is going to deal with the laws God handed down to his people. It's going to be Exodus chapter 20. So please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and tune in for the next lesson. Have a beautiful day now. Bye-bye.